Warhammer 40K Boltgun.
The newest boomer shooter to hit the market. It's been received with many positive reviews and a lot of people loving the game. And as always, I have to be a bit of a contrarian, but not in the way you'd think. I really like Boltgun as a concept, but I personally don't know how much I actually enjoyed playing the game. The simple way to explain Boltgun is take Space Marine, Darktide, slam them together in a mixer, and then add a sprints of Classic Doom, and you get Boltgun. And it lives up to what it's marketing as. Really intense, high-paced, high-octane action that looks like an 8-bit NES game. A bit of a disclaimer for the game. I don't know how well this game is going to play with people who don't know Warhammer as well, or the type of people who do not enjoy old Hammer. The people who I do recommend it to are people who are old Hammer, who love boomer shooters. This will be right up your alley. I just think it personally doesn't fit everybody, and I don't think the game should fit everybody. To be as fair as possible, let's run through both the positives and negatives of the game. Starting with the positive. The first positive of the game is that the aesthetics are bloody brilliant. Everything from the red bolter casing to the building structures all look classic old Hammer. Another highlight of this game is excellent ergonomics and brilliant handling provided with throughout the game. I always felt comfortable and immersed while playing this game, even going so far to start yelling my own Space Marine quotes, forgetting that you can already do that in the game. Continuing to talk about the handling within the game, it has a very impressive range and diversity of weapons with nice handling and accuracy with all of the weapons, allowing a diverse breadth of fighting styles within precision gameplay. It has a distinct pseudo customization within the game, allowing you to customize bolt rounds and other things that you pick up along the way. However, all these eventually will run out and you just fall back to the baseline resources that you have. The unique design of this game, I feel, will really appeal to people who love the classic Doom or love boomer shooters in general. That's the biggest selling point of this game. All the mechanics that they've created have already been done before, just perfected in this game, and then given a awesome, unique aesthetic. This game truly has an ability to bring you back in time to the classic Doom, not only through its aesthetics, but its toughness. This game, even on low difficulties, will be very tough for the average gamer. And I think that adds to the charm of the game, because it's not like any other game where you can just cheese the game. You have to learn real skill to beat this game. However, that does not mean I can't be a salty bitch about this game, because quite frankly, I can't be as positive as many people are for this game, which feels really weird, because leading up to it, I was super excited, super hyped. I even took a day off of work to play this game, but as I kept on playing, it felt more like a chore than it did actually a fun game to play. Many people who know me or have seen my content before can guess my first complaint. I really dislike how thin the story is. It's literally just traveling from point A to point B, and then we're going to give you text in between point A and point B. Somehow they made less story than even Darktide, and Darktide did not have any story in that game. To sort of be lost and confused because they just drop you in the middle of a thing, don't even fully explain what's going on. It took me a minute to realize it was a sequel to the Space Marine game. The only story segment you're given is through the first intro cutscene, and then text prompts when you go to the next mission. Both Space Marine and Darktide decide to move the story and objectives the same way of moving from point A to point B. Both of them not only gave different variations of objective. I am a bit of a shitter when it comes to playing video games. If you've ever seen me play Halo or CS, you'd know. That doesn't mean I enjoy constantly dying every 2 seconds, and that is a really big complaint for somebody who would be more of a casual fan to this game like me. I easily have died 50 times on one mission, and that's on the medium difficulty, which is a debate within itself, because I don't want them to lower the difficulty of the game, but there's certain segments that just become overwhelming. The bosses, at best, are glorified sponges, where the only difficulty comes from being overwhelmed and not having enough ammo. There is a lack of communication from the game to the player. When you take damage, it's very hard to know you take damage. It's very hard to tell what the power-ups do. It's very hard to tell even when you switch up different ammo types. There's been 2 or 3 times where I'm fighting an enemy that does 100 damage to you. It's really hard to tell when you get hit. You just lose the 100 damage. Finally, there isn't much to this game. Honestly, it feels more like a DLC to Space Marine than it does its own game. And it's only around 6 hours of a playthrough. Basically the same amount as a Call of Duty game. So if you have $20 lying around and 6 hours to kill, or a weekend that you have nothing going on, this game would be perfect for that. Or if you're really into boomer shooters. Anything more than that, I cannot recommend this game. If I had to rate it from 1 to 10, I would rate it about a 6. It's not an amazing Warhammer game. However, it is not a terrible one. It is way better than Necromunda, Hired Guns, extremely better than even Dawn of War 3. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in being accused of just going against the grain because everybody's being positive for this game, but I cannot in good faith recommend it to certain groups of people. I personally found myself halfway through no longer really enjoying the experience. If you want to check out some of my experience that I had with the game, my second channel has a Let's Play going on right now for the game, and this main channel is going to get some more funny content like usual.